and welcome to the Miss Joseph channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Right now I'm at 14 subscribers, so if you want to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm very happy for anybody who is supporting me along this way. I'm naturally an introvert. I don't even speak much, so doing these videos and posting them on YouTube is out of my comfort zone totally. But I'm in the middle of doing a toy rotation, and I came across these puzzles, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I should just do a video on the puzzles that I've had for my son, who is now a toddler, who is 2.5, a little bit over 2.5 at this point. But this is why I need to do a toy rotation, because I'm showing you things from the very beginning of like infancy. So the topic of this video is about puzzles. But besides me showing you the puzzles that he has been using, I wanted to also stress the importance of using puzzles in young children, especially because it helped, or it has helped, my son with his ability to focus, increase his spatial awareness, and help with his language development. So I'm going to also share the things that I wish I had did early on, things that I didn't do. So those are things, my regrets, and the things that I did do that I'm like, oh yes, definitely I'm gonna keep going on with this pace of the things that I've been doing with him. So let me get into the first puzzles that he was using. So the first one is this Fisher-Price shape sorter. He got this around like 6 months. That's the recommended age that they say you can purchase this for your kid. Pretty much is this, and then you put the shape where it belongs. For the most part, he was just banging with this, and that was pretty much it. I don't think I gave it that much attention in making sure that he was putting the shapes in here. He just used it and he mouthed it. Of course, at 6 months is what they do, 6, 7, 8 months, and then that was pretty much it with that. But he did enjoy at least touching this and banging the pieces. Then the next one was this ring sorter by Fisher-Price as well. And the same thing, he was basically liking to hold this. This has like a little like rattle sound. It has like little balls in it. And he would just bang these. And again, this is something that I'll just focus with the first two puzzles that he had these. He did not, I would accomplish in that. Now he knows how to do these now, but at the time when I first introduced these, he didn't accomplish the task of actually sorting these. And I would say it's because of me. I'll be honest, because at that age, it's something that you will have to model and model over and over and over again until the child is able to figure it out on their own, or copy what you did. So I didn't do that with them. I just let them bang, and then of course, as more toys came in, I just kind of just pushed these to the side and let him play with other toys. Back, I wish that I had actually spent the time teaching him. Even if it took him up to like, a year and a half or whatever it was until he accomplished these, I just kind of wish that I actually modeled this with him more often when he was smaller. All right, another puzzle that I bought for him was another shape sorter. This one is by Melissa and Doug, and this is like a twofold, because he has to recognize the child has to recognize the color and the shape. So this was a really good one, and you see how many different shapes, so the child gets to learn all these different shapes. And if you don't know what the shape is, they wrote down they did a little legend for you in the underneath, so you can teach your child their shape. So around his 2nd birthday, he got this as a gift from a family friend. And I must say, he adores this puzzle. It's the Elmo alphabet case. And he got the most use out of this. Out of all the puzzles from his first 2 years, was this one. He played with this the longest when it comes to like attention to focus. And there's 26 letters, and he really sat down and learned how to put them in the appropriate spots. I would also say that this helped him with his language, because he was saying the letters of the alphabet. It also helped him with his shape recognition. He learned why M couldn't go where W went, and why W couldn't do, and vice versa, why that didn't work. So this was definitely worth a good purchase. Thank you, Nadia, for giving this to baby Jay. He really, really loved this, and I would recommend this, and I would buy this for somebody else. Honestly, this was that good of a gift. I fully felt like it got him to sit down and focus on a task. So moving along to wooden puzzles. This is one I bought at Dollar Tree. Like I said, it's not the fanciest if it's Dollar Tree, but it worked. It did the trick. I bought 3 5-piece puzzles. This one is of the farm. The other one was like vehicles, and the other one was cats and dogs. And he used them just fine. He was able to pick them up and solve, and actually start having a recall of where each one went. And the only thing about these is just that they're not thick. I learned that it's best to have the child pick up chunky pieces. It's just easier for them to grab. But this was a good start to his puzzle collection at the beginning. All right, so this is a good example of when you know better, you do better. So in addition to getting pieces that are thicker so they can pick up, it's also recommended that you get puzzle pieces that have pegs. And the peg is great because it forces the child to use their pincer grasp. Now, their pincer grasp is important for them to practice because that's what they're going to use. You're going to use your index finger and your thumb to help pick up crayons and pencils so the child can practice writing. So you're helping the child practice that motion to pick up things. So this puzzle right here, this number puzzle, this is also a Melissa and Doug puzzle. I would say that he had loved using this. To this day, he still loves using this puzzle. But he would take this at the time. He got this before 2.5. He wasn't really counting, like quantifying, but he would just say what was underneath each number. And it got to the point where he would see. What I would say was a downfall at this puzzle, because I was like, oh, it only goes to 0 to 9. It doesn't go from, 0 to 10. But, kid don't play. What he would do is, and I felt like, okay, I would need to get one for the teens, right? Eventually, he'll get one from 11 to 12. But what he would do is just take this, not at this age. He's a little bit over 2.5. He'll just do this and be like 12. He can't do 11, but he does that. He'll be like 10. He just makes it up on his own. Like, kids, man, they'll figure it out. When there's a will, there's a way. So this was a good puzzle. I would definitely say that because he used this a lot. Another puzzle that he loves to use is this circular puzzle by Melissa and Doug. I'm just doing a whole commercial for you guys. But anyway, I have to say this puzzle, he loves doing this puzzle. It's how many pieces is this? It's 11 large pieces, and it's 24 inches in diameter. So this is different than your the wooden puzzle that you have in a board, and that's why I kind of really appreciate this format. And it didn't take him too long to figure out how to solve this puzzle. Initially, he wasn't able to put the pieces together, so puzzle helped teach him some patience and how to problem solve. Because I would say, if the pieces were coming together or not, either like he had one higher than the other, I would say use your helper hand to move up the other piece, and eventually get it to stay in place. This puzzle is recommended for kids who are, it says 2+. And I think it was really age appropriate. It had its difficulties, but it wasn't too hard, because I'll also say if the puzzle's too hard, my child, I would say, he finds it frustrating and he wouldn't do it. But even if it's a little challenging, there's a difference between a little challenging and too hard. So a little challenge, enough challenge to get him to continue and want to do this puzzle, but not hard enough to turn him away from it. All right, another puzzle is this Melissa and Doug's Alphabet Express floor puzzle. So this is recommended age is for 3+. I gave this to him a month before he turned 2.5. It's up to you to decide what you want to introduce to your kid based on their age level. This is just a recommendation. I introduced it to him to see. I must say though, it wasn't like it was easy for him. It wasn't. In the very beginning, I had to give him the pieces, feed them one by one. I didn't lay out all these pieces out. I didn't want to overwhelm him, but I would just like feed him. Just so, let me see. You probably can't see it from the box, but it's of course 26 letters because of the alphabet. Then there's this first piece is this, the conductor. And I would just basically give him the letters. I would feed him the letters. This is A. And the way this puzzle works is that you need to put the appropriate letter before you can add on the next piece. So that's how it works. So initially we were really struggling with, well, not we were struggling, but he was just figuring out how to put the pieces together. So he would get frustrated, and because it's so different from the wooden puzzle. The wooden puzzle, you just pick it up and put it right in the slot. This is different. This takes a little different type of hand and eye coordination. So he took him some time to figure it out. I would just say, hey, use your helper hand. If he had a piece higher than the other, just use your helper hand to bring up the piece, and we will work on putting everything in place. This puzzle posed actually enough challenge for him. Once he figured that out, we would just work on just putting the right letters based on what I was telling him. And he's had this puzzle for 4 months, I would say about 4 months now. And let me tell you something, baby, he has mastered this puzzle. Now, I say mastered, I can't say that he mastered it all the way, but the proficiency in this puzzle has gone up way high. At the time, he wasn't saying like full sentences. He just came up to me, he was like, puzzle. All right, I got him the box. And he went into a different room. And you know how it goes. If it's too quiet, the child's up to something. So I went to go check him out, and lo and behold, he has done the head, the conductor, and up to I think F by himself. And the week prior to that, I had told him, I said, hey, when we're doing the puzzle, I was like, why don't you just sing A, B, C? When you get to the next letter, if you don't remember, just sing the song, and he would pick the piece. And he remembered, because it really was a week prior. We hadn't touched this puzzle after that. And he was doing this puzzle by himself. Actually, he went all the way up to S, and I don't know how far he could have went. I ain't gonna lie. We misplaced T. Like I told you, you need the previous letter in order to move on. But like, I'm really impressed. This puzzle, and actually all of everything in culmination, is really helped him, like I say, stay on task, keep him engaged, and because they're interesting enough for him that he wants to do the puzzle. Mm-hmm.
Choo. Hard the boat. Choo.
Okay, get your next letter. What's next?
A, B, C. C.
Okay, we'll get your C.
It's not it. This.
So in summary, I am a big advocate for puzzles in like little kids. I mean, I didn't know about the benefits of puzzles early on. It's just something that I kind of like learned as I was purchasing these puzzles for him. Puzzles have helped, like I said before, helped him increase his concentration, his ability to stay on task. It's also helped with his hand-eye coordination, also his language development, because even though we have these puzzles, it's just more than just putting the pieces in. We could talk about the puzzle. We could talk about all the illustrations on the puzzles. We also help him with his spatial recognition and spatial awareness. I use the words like, next to, up, down. He gets to see not just me saying these things, but actually by him doing it, it learns they're at the sensory motor phase, they learn better by actually doing. So the puzzles are great activities for your child. This is what experts say as well. I'll link an article that talks about the benefits of puzzles on kids, for kids, I should say. So, you know, I'm also a thrifter, so I gotta mention my thrift store finds. This puzzle here that I got, the Alphabet Express, I got this from a thrift store, and it was $5. And I don't even know if I really paid $5 for this, because sometimes they have, you know, the deal based on the color of the sticker. Sometimes we get things for 50% off, but I just wanted to just put it out there. Thrift stores are a good find for puzzles, especially if you don't know if the kid's gonna like the whatever it is that you're purchasing, or you just want to try it out before you kind of like invest more into getting them. But I'll tell you right now, puzzles is the way to go. But this one, I got this for $5. This circular one, I got this for $3.99. Well, that's the price on this. Like I said, I don't know if I really paid it that much for that much for it. And I also saw this at his daycare. I saw the kids playing with it. And I was like, oh, look at that. I got that at home. Everything else I bought retail, or there was a gift. This is the Melissa and Doug puzzle for the numbers. I think Walgreens sells Melissa and Doug's stuff as well. I got this at Walgreens, but of course you can get this at Walmart and all your Bye Bye Baby. And I just wanted to just put it out there about the thrift store, though, just so for moms out there who maybe not have like a lot of money to, because hey, we all have a definite amount of money that we're working with, but just as an option so that your child can have certain things, you just have to go look for them if you're not going to go to the traditional stores to buy. All right, I do thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it's not too long. I'm really trying my best to post more often, but I do hope that you find these videos helpful. Please, if you like it, please like it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.